absolutely difficult, and that's what really separates someone who's truly living the Christian life, truly living the Catholic life, and those who are paying it lip service. Christ made it very, very clear. He's like, a lot of people will call out and say my name and say they love me, but it's not just your words, it's your actions. It's easy to say I love you, God. It's difficult to live I love you, God.
Especially if the pizza tastes really good.
If you have to order an angioplasty with your meal, that's a rule of thumb. You know what? There's a rule of thumb. Maybe you're ordering too much.
Mark Hart, the Bible Geek's with us here on the Catholic Guy Show. Check out a website, www.lifeteen.com. You don't even have to be a teenager. And, in fact, he's got a ton of books. Many of them would be great for teenagers. Ask the Bible Geek, Ask the Bible Geek 2, Blessed Are the Bored in Spirit, and a book which you were nice enough to send me, and I have yet to read because our technical director, Lou, took it. 100 questions every Catholic... I don't remember the name of the book anymore, Lou, because it's been so long. 100 questions every Catholic teen should know?
Yeah, I'm almost... I'm on like 87.
Mark,
I'm going through it very slowly. I want to absorb it, make sure I read it all.
You're 26 years old.
What does that have? Does that mean
You should read quicker than a teen. I don't know.
No, but I'm trying to read it thoroughly.
Thoroughly. You know how that translates? That translates to, it's on the back of my toilet, and I haven't been eating very much Mexican food lately. So
Stop helping, Mark.
You can say it, brother. Hey, we're all one family here. One mystical body. We're all one family.
And dysfunctional family at that. Hey, Mark, somebody called in and asked a question here on the show yesterday, and I didn't have an answer for him.
What's that?
Well, actually, I did, but he didn't like the answer.
Sounds truly Catholic.
And there's this thing called the Bible, and you're the Bible geek, so I'm thinking maybe you know.
Hopefully, there's this thing called the Bible.
There's these Gospels. I'm going to narrow it down for you here.
Okay.
Not Matthew, not Mark, and not John.
Okay.
So you know where we're at right now?
I think we're talking about Luke.
Luke, not chapter 13 and not chapter 15.
Chapter 14?
Chapter 14, that's right.
Okay,
and,
I'm with you.
So this dude, his name is...
Did you say this dude?
Yeah, why?
Okay. No, I'm just curious. Go ahead. How old are you?
I'm looking at his picture. LinoFans.com is the unofficial Lino Rulli fan club, and he's got his picture posted. And if you see,
is there to say that there's an official and an unofficial?
there is not an official Lino Rulli fan club yet.
Well, then why do we feel the need to specify the unofficial?
It says it at the website at LinoFans.com, Mark. It says the unofficial Lino Rulli fan club.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll quit. Go ahead.
And if you saw a picture of this dude, Mike, you'd go, "That's a dude." He's got a sweet fro. I mean, please, everybody look at this guy. His stash is awesome. So, this is his question. This is what he called in, and he didn't like my answer.
Okay.
This is what he called in. He goes, "Now, Lino, I got a question for you," and we had like 2 minutes left in the show, so I couldn't really dive into it, and I'm not as smart as you, Mark. So, Jesus says in Luke chapter 14, verse 26, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." And he said, and Mike said, "Now, so Lino, Jesus is telling us we have to hate." And Mike even pointed out, he goes, "Lino, I got a son. I don't want my son to hate me." And I said, the kid might already. However, that being besides the point, are we really supposed to hate? And I said, no, Jesus doesn't mean hate in that sense. It means God has to be number one, to the point that even if it means you have to hate, I'm going to let the Bible geek answer it. What do you say?
No, you nailed it, and bingo was his name-o. You did great.
But he didn't accept that as an answer.
Well, but I think where the problem stems, and that is that when we have to remember when we're reading our Bibles now, we're reading translations of translations of translations. We're reading English translations of the Latin Vulgate that was put together by St. Jerome.
You still there, Mark?
Oh no!
Or did you just stop with that sentence? Was that just the strangest way to end the sentence? From St. Jerome.
It was odd. He actually ended on a word. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Mark Hart, the Bible Geek. Check him out at lifeteen.com. Now we're going to wait and make great professional radio. If you're curious why our Sunday Visitor, that great newspaper, called our show, The Catholic Guy with Lino Rulli, the best show on Catholic radio, this is why. Our phone systems are excellent.
Communication.
Some waiting music?
Well, I don't know, because I'm almost done with the conversation, to be honest. He basically said, Lino, you got the answer right.
I feel like we should say goodbye, at least.
See you, Mark.
Merry Christmas.
We have our professional phone answerer, Tom Falcone, working hard. The only problem is he's trying to call Mark. And he's a professional phone answerer, not a professional phone. He doesn't know. He just yelled, I don't know how to do it the other ways, but not a professional phone caller. Here, turn Tom's microphone on, because this might be entertaining for the audience. I know it's entertaining for me.
Don't swear.
He's tried twice now to dial, and the phone has... It's like
it drops. I wonder if...
It's like Letterman in the 80s when he's trying to call through, and remember, the phone would never work.
The quality phone.
Huh.
We have a good phone system.
Just turn the phone on right now, Luke. Can we just turn the line on so I can...
No, you can't actually hear him dialing.
Okay.
And us be on at the same time.
Now remember, 1 minute ago, your friend Lino said, I think we're just done with this segment. But
We might be, yeah.
The crew decided to push forward.
That might be a better idea. I think...
No, Tom, get over by the microphone. If we're going to do this, let's do it right. No. Now he goes back
the
to
whole world needs to know.
Yeah, we do.
his
We
room
want to
number and
know.
the phone number that I'm dialing.
Okay. Yeah, does he have a secretary?
It's not like you said it out loud. You weren't like 8531.
I don't know. We had some kind of phone issue there.
There's Tom on
But
the phone with Mark Hart.
Waiting with bated breath. Hang on.
Bated breath, of course, not meaning we have bad smelling fishy breath. Is he on the line?
He's back.
Where is
I
he?
hope.
Mark?
Bated breath.
Yeah, Tom said bated breath. What happened? Did you hang up on us?
Somebody didn't pay the phone bill out there in your offices. Maureen.
Yeah, I would blame our producer Maureen as well.
How did you know?
Man, Mark must have been really hitting the NyQuil. He's like in rare form today.
Yeah, you know what? From now on, you got to make sure you're on the cough medicine every time.
I was
Mark.
cooped up on a plane for too long this morning.
Now let's recap Luke chapter 14, verse 26. The passage being Jesus saying, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother, he cannot be my disciple." And now you were saying that maybe that doesn't mean hate like it might sound.
No, absolutely not. And what we have to understand just is that the connotation, the denotation of those words, it changes in different translations. And it's not necessarily saying hatred like, well, you're not supposed to say hate, like all of our parents, taught us as we were growing up.
Right.
That's not what it means. You are absolutely right. It has to do with primacy. It has to do with priority. It has to do with where you put your time and your intention and everything else. And all he was saying was that God has to be first. So if for God to be first, you have to leave your family. If for God to be first, you have to, you might be disowned by your family, but that your relationship with God has to be primary.
Perfect. And Mike did post it because on the air, Mike had said when he asked me the question, he didn't think my answer was great. But in the post at LinoFans.com, he says, I thought it was a solid answer. It gave me a lot to think about while watching The Empire Strikes Back last night. Luke hated his father without knowing it, and in his ignorance even kissed his sister twice. This is the audience we have, Mark.
Wow. Wow.
These are the guys. Yesterday my answer wasn't good enough. Today my answer is good enough. Mark Hart, the Bible geek, you know things. This is why you're on the show. The website is lifeteen.com. You don't have to be a teenager to view it, but it doesn't hurt. And check out all the books at Ask the Bible Geek, Ask the Bible Geek 2, Blessed Are the Bored in Spirit, and our technical director, Lou, you have the other books. I've yet to even look at it because you stole
I have
it.
13 more.
Incidentally,
13 more books?
No.
13 more what?
100 things.
What's the name of the book?
100 things every Catholic
Teen should know. I would like to know. What's that, Mark?
I was going to say, incidentally, you can always tell if you're watching the Star Wars trilogies or sagas with Catholics, because if they say the Force be with you and you say and also with you, that's proof right there. Right there. You're like, oh, wow, we should carpool. Let's save money.
Mark Hart, stay on the cough medicine.
I'm going to keep popping it right now.
All right. Are you breakdancing, you mean?
I have been known to get my groove on.
I appreciate that.
Don't let the skin fool you. I can get it going.
It's Mark Hart, the Bible geek. Good to hear from you, Mark. I'll talk to you later.
I guess.
See you. Life Teen. Everybody asks when I get these emails. You say team? No, it's not a team. Life Teen for the teenagers.com.
He's kind of wild.
He was wild.
Mark, yeah.
He was getting it done.
He's loose.
Very loose.
He's got to hang out with a bunch of teenagers. He's got to be in that kind of form.
Loose as a goose is what we like to say on the Catholic
What does that
Guy
mean?
Show. I don't know, Lou.